What has challenged you? Like, what has been one challenge in this 1 year that you've had to overcome since you first started?
Man, the support, weirdly enough, the support has been a challenge for me because I'm not used to receiving so much support. Um, it's
That's the opposite, generally speaking, of what most people would say.
Yeah, I know, but I think it's just because other industries, people say, hey, reach out if you need help in other industries, but
Yeah,
half the time they don't really mean it. And when you do reach out, it's extremely limited. And but what's really been challenging is realizing, man, I really have support. So it's been challenging to me to lose the whole Lone Ranger, I'm gonna do it myself thing all the
right.
time. It's like, wait, no, I actually have people to rely on, that I can rely on, that I can reach out to. So the thing that's been challenging for me is not being an island to myself
Yep.
and realizing, man, I really have support. And even if I can handle it, that doesn't mean I have to handle everything. And so the support is that's it's a weird thing to say, but that's been a challenging thing for me to kind of like let go of. Is
And
control, I guess.
funny enough, I've worked with SEs who've been doing this for 10 years and they still have that same problem where they want to do everything themselves and they don't have to. And not only don't they have to, they're actually hurting the opportunity because now it's taking longer. Like they could have just reached out to someone who would have
Yeah.
helped, who done that before, helped them solve the problem in 10 minutes, but now they have to reinvent the wheel,
Mhm.
which they don't have to. And when I first became an SE, a senior VP of director of sales, told me that like the best sales teams are those who know how to leverage other people,
Mm.
right? You don't have
Yeah.
to do everything yourself.
Yeah.
So that's interesting observation that you just said. So how are you overcoming that actually? Like how are you planning on not being an island, building a bridge to another person, another team?
Yeah, so I've gotten better at it in this past year, and I guess one of the cool things about being an SE is that it's like we exist in two worlds. Simon, I mean, we exist in multiple worlds, but even in terms of, okay, as an SE, I'm the product expert, and if 9 times out of 10, if I'm on a call, I'm usually the go-to person on the call. Especially if we're just talking, demos, or I'm attached to a call with the sales rep. So in that sense, I am the go-to person. But when it comes to the entire org, the SE team in general, it's not just me. I'm not the go-to person. So what I've done is really worked on compartmentalizing, realizing, hey, when I'm on a call and I am the go-to person, make sure that I have that hat on, make sure that I have my game face on. But when I'm not on that call, when it's not necessarily game time, got to have your game face on. Hey, now you're with your brothers and your sisters in pre-sales where you can talk to them, you can open up, you can ask you can ask just multiple questions. There's never no such thing as too many questions. So that, but also I take note of how often, like you mentioned before, how often seeing people that have been in this space for 10 years, more or less, and seeing how vulnerable they are, seeing how often they ask questions, and taking note and reminding myself, hey, they're not above asking 1,000 questions. They're humble enough to admit when they're confused or when they forgot something, but they need to be reminded. Man, if they're willing to learn from me, then I should be 10 times more apt to ask them questions and learn from them. So
Yes.
doing that has like really helped. Like having that mindset shift has helped a lot.
Yeah, it's interesting that as sales engineers, our job is pretty much to ask questions.
Yeah,
And it's when we meet customers, it's so easy. When we go internally, it's like, I don't want to look stupid. And
yeah,
that's a problem a lot of SEs have. It's like they don't want to look stupid. Like,
yeah,
you know, people who are insecure, think like that, but people who like are confident in their abilities, they're able to be vulnerable because they don't care. They'll
yeah.
just ask as many questions as possible. So
Yeah,
hey,
and it's ironic. It's like the more stupid you're willing to look in terms of asking questions, ironically, the smarter you actually are because you're asking more questions. Whereas, yeah, there have been plenty of times, especially when I first became an SE, where there were questions I would need to ask, but because I didn't want to look stupid, I didn't ask it. And unfortunately, I would leave that call being stupid because I didn't ask the question. So it's really funny.
That's how did you realize that? How did you come to that realization that you have support?
Uh I mean, really, I realized that of course you hear it. So first and foremost, I heard it multiple times, multiple people who would just constantly ping me. Hey, I'm such and such. Hey man, let's set up 15 minutes. And it was weird to me at first. I was like, well, why is these random people want to meet with me all the time? Uh, and then it's just like, okay, it's just them building rapport so that way I can feel more comfortable asking them for help. And so, but I think that the thing that nothing I guess teaches better than actually making mistakes or failing. And so what really taught me to realize, man, I truly really have support were the times, oh man, just I guess what this happened a couple times. It's happened a couple times where I would have you have a demo coming up, and particularly the first company that I worked at, where I wasn't a part of the discovery at all. Just the sales reps did the discovery, and I would just be in on the demo. I would get the demo notes a day before, a few days before, sometimes the morning of. And there was a demo that I had, and I thought I had it on lock. I looked over the notes and I said, man, I have my demo flow down. I said, I'm about to crush it. But then I went over the notes one more time about 1 hour before the demo, just kind of brushing up again. And then I noticed there was a word that was in the notes. And I was like, why did they word it like that? And then after doing a little bit of digging, I realized, oh, that's an integration. Like, so it was a word that I mistook for a feature, but it was actually an integration that I was supposed to show on the demo. And I was like, I don't even have that. I don't have that environment set up already. I've never demoed that. I don't even know what that is. So of course I verified this after checking with the sales rep, and they were like, yeah, that's an integration. They didn't know that I didn't know how to demo that, and they were like, yeah, you got it right. And I was like, oh man. So I was killing myself instead of asking someone for help. I was killing myself, searching through all the resources, trying to find resources that I could check out as to how to demo this particular feature or integration. And then finally, no kidding, about 5 minutes before the demo, before we hop on the call, I verified from the rest of the SE team that, hey, yeah, Cyrus, you don't have a license to demo that yet. Like, you're too new. And they were like, yeah, they said, do you have a demo coming? They're thinking it's a demo. They're like, wow, you got a demo coming up? And I was like, yeah, in like 3 minutes, literally. And, like, it just felt like the sky is falling. I'm like, man, this is about to be horrible. And just one of the guys is like, they're like, hey, cool, I'll jump on there. I'll handle that for you. And then they're like, yeah, just send me the meeting link. I'll jump in. They said, I'll keep my camera off. You can demo everything else. And they said, yeah, once it gets to that part of the demo, they said, I'll just jump right in. And just that feeling of like, what? Like, wait. So you are technically probably on a break or doing something else. This mistake has nothing to do with you. This has nothing to do with you. You're not gonna get any commission off of this. This is just my mistake. You're not my manager. You're just someone else who's here, who's available. And you want to make sure that I don't look bad. You want to make sure the company doesn't look bad. And them doing that, and then afterwards, them just politely let me know, yeah, man, anytime. They're like, anytime you run into that, let me know. I'll be there. And that ended up happening again. But the second time it happened, it was with an entirely different SE. This time it was with a woman on our team. And after realizing that, I was like, man, I really genuinely have support. And we're really a team. And so one, that helped me, not only did that help me feel more at ease with asking for help last minute, but even better, it helped me feel more at ease at asking for help far in advance and asking questions far in advance, realizing, man, we're really a team. No one's going to laugh at me or look at me like I'm an idiot. We're really a team, and everybody's here to support one another.